If you've ever wandered the Anderson Alley Arts Building, you've probably seen or met Lynn Feldman. Lynn is a staple of the building and of the Rochester art community. Her style of painting is unique. She gives texture through the use of colorful fabrics and draws the viewer in. Let's sit down with her to hear about her techniques and her vision.
My name is Lynn Feldman. I'm a painter. I now do a lot of collage work. I used to work in oils, worked in oils for 40 years, and now I work in fabric glued onto canvas with acrylic paints. I mean, it seems like something that would be very easy, but it's not. It's a really hard puzzle and problem solving. You're probably familiar with writing a paper. Probably the hardest part of a paper, or a novel, or a poem, or a short story, is the first sentence. That thing that gets into it. And painting isn't any different. And I get very excited, when I have a big blank canvas. It's very, very scary. And I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do. But I've also been doing this all my life. So I have a certain amount of confidence that if I just stare at it long enough, or spend a week thinking about it, all of a sudden it'll hit me what I want to do. That one little pear shape, or that one little thing will hit me, and that's my first sentence. And then I'll go back and get started on it, and then it's heaven. Once I've got my composition is absolutely the hardest part. Once I've got my composition down, the rest is hard and it's a puzzle, but it's fun. It's very exciting for me. My husband has to travel a lot for his work, and we go to very interesting places. And besides the fact that I'm always looking for wonderful fabrics, I'm always looking for ideas for paintings. And I love finding, something special about the place we visited that brings, it's sort of the gestalt of the place, and that I develop into a painting. What I love influences me. I suppose all artists, what you love influences you and just becomes what you emulate and want to create, what you want to live in and what you want to do. Everything I'm interested in, everything I love, this part of me that as I said, that wants to go back to the kindergarten, so it'll have the look of that, my interest in indigenous cultures, the look that goes with that, because it's what I love. When we study art, our work a lot of times looks like our teachers. And then if your teachers are the masters, then your work is going to look a lot like the masters. As you start to work more and more and more on your own, you develop your own work. So my art, the distinctiveness is because it's coming out of me, and it's been coming out of me all my life. So it just sort of is, it's who I am. That's why it looks like what it does. I don't think I'd have it I don't know, it's a very broad and general answer, but that probably is the answer. Why is a writer's work very individual to them? It's just because it comes out of them.
Great stuff. Just love the texture and colors there. And you can see more of Lynn's work by visiting her in her studio on First Fridays. You can also check out her website at lynnfeldman.com.